This isn't even a bit I'm doing. I literally don't have my voice. What's going on, everyone? It's Dusty Gogoat. Welcome back to my headcanon. Yes, I'm very ill right now. This is just a sore throat. Today we are talking about Pokemon Legends Arceus. It seems like Soul Silver Art has cracked the code on Riddler, Coup, and everything that he's been hinting at. Have we finally solved Cou's riddle? Right now is Pokemon League season. If you don't want to miss a single rumor or leak, hit that subscribe button. Man should be in bed right now. I'm out here making a video for all of you guys. Hit the subscribe button. Bless me with a thumbs up. Let's get right into the video. Okay, you guys are getting your first ASMR Dusty video. Soul Silver Art has compiled a huge body of work specifically meant to solve Riddler Cou's collage puzzle. You've all seen this image. We've been trying to crack the code for a while now. Let's start by taking a look at his tweet. Potential spoiler. To keep up the hype, a big recap of what I believe are the closest answers to this riddle while still leaving room for a few swaps. I think I've got Cou's number. Love the use of emoji in this one. Mega clean thread below for explanations. At the center of this collage is the riddle that we're all trying to solve. You can see, if you haven't seen this before, they're all numbered. This riddle came out after the initial reveal of some of the Hisuian Pokemon that were announced in that first trailer. Pokemon like Basculegion, Cleavor, Weirdeer, Hisuian Growlithe, and Hisuian Braviary. We knew about these Pokemon already. There's a total of 12 Pokemon that were hinted in this original leak, and actually one of them, I believe, definitely one of them, were already revealed to be true. And that was the Hisuian Zoroark and Zoroa. Those were depicted as the number 2 spot, and that seems to be what the Riddler Coup was hinting at this entire time. But let's start from the beginning. The first image is of this kimono girl. It seems to be indicating some sort of ghost type Pokemon. Based on the context clues, what people have designated this riddle to is either a Hisuian Arcanine or whatever Hisuian Growlithe is going to evolve into. Granted, it might not be Arcanine. It could be another branched evolution, or the other possibility, which has me hyped, is Hisuian Typhlosion, or again, whatever that branched evolution is going to be. I think a fire. Either of those Pokemon are traditionally a fire type. A fire ghost type would be incredible, and I'm leaning that this hint is actually in favor of Typhlosion. Typhlosion only has that fire type. Give it the fire ghost. Hisuian Growlithe is already fire rock. Why would they abandon this rock motif and the rock typing for a new fire ghost type? I don't think that makes sense. So I really believe this first riddle, the first image, is in reference to a fire ghost type, Typhlosion. Like I said, the number 2 spot already hinted at the Hisuian Zoroark. Number 3 on the list is a picture of 2 heart clouds interlocking. Personally, I thought about the Swablu line and them being based on clouds. Soul Silver Art has indicated that this third riddle is actually in reference to the Forces of Nature trio. Some of you might know this trio as the Genie trio. It's the 3 genies from Generation 5. This would be Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus. These Pokemon actually already have 2 different forms. Their base form is all of them looking identical. These guys are like the legendary Hitmon trio. Looking back, I actually do kind of like them. I think a lot of people thought that they just were super unoriginal and boring, but that's because we didn't know about their Therian, or their Tarian, I think it's Therian form, where they now look like animals, and one looks like a bird, one looks like a tiger, and one looks like this sky dragon. And right here, my voice is gonna crack real good in this video. That's actually good. Maybe I'm a comedy channel. Am I one of the first comedy Poketubers? Okay, so Soul Silver Art has these images of a phoenix, a godly tiger, and then another god like dragon creature. All of these are depicted in this unearthly, like actually kind of demonous imagery. It's really cool, and each of these match up exactly to the 3 Therian forms of the forces of nature. However, there's this other Pokemon here, this other god spirit thing that I have never seen before. It looks like, I mean, it doesn't look like a Blastoise, but it's a giant tortoise, and it's got what looks to be a Dragonair coming out of its butt. Or maybe it's just coming in for a hug. I don't really know. The Therian forms of the forces of nature match this theme, match this riddle, because they have clouds in their design. So I think that makes a lot of sense there. This cloud might be a reference to a Manaphy, a new Manaphy or Phione form, specifically because Heart Swap, the move Heart Swap, is Manaphy's signature move. Magearna also eventually learns this move. Yeah, it's kind of a stretch. It could be, but it's kind of a stretch. Looking at number 4 again is something that has been hinted in a lot of different forms. And then there is that image that popped up on 4chan and has not been denied by really anyone. It hasn't even been claimed by an artist. Usually what happens is on 4chan, images pop up, and then a couple days later, after all this like talk and conversation about the image, an artist comes out of the woodwork and says, haha, it was mine the whole time. I drew this and you're all suckers. That has not happened yet, which is nice because that the art is probably real. I would much prefer a Voltorb based on an Apricorn from Johto, which is what the leaked image depicts. Number 5 is kind of up in the air. There's been a lot of talk. I've been talking to Bonsley. Soul Silver Art has got some ideas. Whatever Pokemon is meant to be represented here, it has to do with Erezu. Whatever Pokemon she has is likely going to be the color green to match her bracelet. She's got a bracelet. All the other important NPCs in Legends Arceus have some sort of character design trait that matches the color and the look of their signature Pokemon. So it's very likely that whatever Pokemon she gets is gonna be a new Pokemon, and then it will match. It's like the thing on her wrist is the hint. So we've got the Riddler pointing out that she will get something, and then we also have what's on her wrist. So it kind of has to match up with both of those. There have been some ideas that are thrown around. I kind of wanted a Hisuian Florges from Generation 6. However, Riddler Coup had stated, he put out an image, Florges will never be in the Generation 8 Pokedex. That includes Legends Arceus. So it's disappointing. We also don't know about Scyther, Rufflet, Bergmite, and Basculin. We don't know if these Pokemon are going to have Hisuian forms that evolve into the forms that we do know about. Number 6 on the riddle is likely to be a reference to Decidueye, and Decidueye in its base form is grass and ghost type. This would suggest that it's going to be grass and fighting type, which I think it would be a very cool type combination and deviation. A nice pivot from ghost type to the more physical fighting type. I would love to see its design, and if it would remain an archer in that sense. I think about the Swords of Justice, that legendary trio. They they're animals. They're quadrupeds. They aren't your traditional fighting type, right? They don't practice a martial art, but they fight for good and justice. And I like to think that an archer type Pokemon like Decidueye, which is honestly based after Robin Hood, and I would think that they would want to make it more in line with that character of fighting for good. Number 7 is this picture of, I think I've seen it before. It's like this cactus man, and he's running. In Pokemon, there are a lot of walking plants. I think we could take this 2 ways. One, we could put emphasis on what a cactus is typically, which is a spiky, it's a spiky thing. And another spiky thing is Quillfish. Another forgotten spiky thing is Quillfish. Quillfish is such a weirdo, and it's been forgotten to Generation 2. To see it getting a new form or even an evolution in the Hisui region would be very nice. This thing could also be in reference to Lilligant, again, because we have hints towards Lilligant in other ways. And if number 7 is a reference to Lilligant, it could still match up with Erezu. And Lilligant is getting a lot of attention these days. Would love to see a new form for it. Again, there's always the option of getting a new Jinx form. This could also be a reference to a new Jinx form, but I don't even know who wants that, to be honest. You know, if you stayed this far into the video, you're part of like a very select few people who do watch this far. So let me know if you actually want to see Jinx or not. I know there's some of you out there who do want to see Jinx. Now, number 8 is what I've been getting very excited about. That's a Hisuian Gudra line. The fans have come out, made some excellent artwork. I made a full video reviewing all of my favorite Hisuian Gudra arts. I really think this is gonna happen, no question. I don't know what else that number 8, that metal slug could be in reference to. No doubt that's gonna happen. Number 9 would be likely a reference to the Samurott line. This Pokemon would become a water dark type, becoming kind of a, I mean, when I think of Samurott, I think of Samurai. And when I think of Samurai, I've got a warped mind. I think of the Jedi. And who doesn't want a starter Pokemon to become a great Jedi? How cool would that be? Disbanded from the Order, the Jedi Council. Not a bad person, but someone who doesn't follow any longer the teachings of the Jedi. A lot of the coolest art that I do see, it shows Samurott on only 2 feet. It's shown as a bipedal Pokemon, but that might be too much to ask for, honestly. Like, it is a quadruped and it's weird, but I think if it was bipedal, I think it would overshadow the original Samurott so much. I think to keep it leveled with the original design, just make it like, yeah, it's gonna be quadruped, but it'd be a dark boy. It'd be like real edgy. Like, those whiskers are gonna turn into like the wings of Mega Absol. They could do some real freaky stuff with this design as long as it gets a really beefy sword. Yeah, I think as long as it gets a nice sword, I'd be happy with that. Number 10 is another Pokemon I'm super hyped about. A couple weeks back, like I said, there was a leak or a rumor that surfaced on 4chan of a Hisuian Bergmite. This Bergmite had a piece of like shrapnel in it, like stuck in the head of its Berg. Number 10 is a picture of a cruise, like an aircraft carrier, and the hull of the ship is made of an iceberg. The only Pokemon that has anything to do with icebergs is Avalugg. And after this image surfaced on 4chan, there's not a doubt in my mind that this is in reference to a Hisuian Avalugg, and we will get that in the future. If everything this man has been saying thus far is real, like we gotta get it. We gotta get the Hisuian Avalugg. This thing, honestly, all of this Generation 6 attention is great. All we're missing is a Hisuian Gogoat. Okay, number 11 is in reference to the original silhouetted climbing Pokemon. Everyone, this thing is stuff of legends. We've been talking about it forever. It's that silhouette of what looks to be a Sneasel. I mean, people threw out the idea of Nuzleaf, Grovyle, Ladybug, but all points are really pointing towards a Hisuian Sneasel, which is amazing. And that would suggest that it would get an additional branched evolution from Weavile, or maybe we get a Hisuian Weavile. Whatever they call it, this thing will likely evolve. Number 12 on this riddle is this picture of this. Number 12 in the riddle is this picture of a sleepy, kind of rude looking bear. This thing's like pointing its finger up like it's ready to like criticize the establishment that it's currently at. This thing has consumed way too much honey. Anyways, it's most likely a reference to another thing that was mentioned by, I believe Central Leaks had mentioned it originally. It was a Hisuian Teddiursa, an Ursaring. I'm pretty sure, let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was correct by Central Leaks. Not that the guy got that information himself. He definitely sourced it from someone else. Regardless, this is a huge part of the riddle. Hisuian Ursaring is something that we might actually be looking at in a couple weeks. They could drop a trailer a week after BDSP, and oh man, like I think it could be confirmed. So the framework that we're working within is that there's essentially going to be 7 new whole Pokemon that are evolutions of existing Pokemon, while there's going to be 17 Hisuian forms total. Some other rumors that I've seen floating around have mentioned the likes of different forms for Giratina, Dialga, Palkia, and even Arceus. There was a trailer of BDSP where, there was an image showing what looked to be a new bipedal form of Arceus. As always, if you want to support me and the Dusty Gogoat channel, become a channel member today for exclusive perks and access. Become a channel member by clicking the join button on the homepage. Help me pay for my health insurance. I'm gonna go pour some tea, soothe my throat. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck hunting.